Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Wake up to Jamie. That's me. What's going on, everybody? What is going on? I hope you guys had a great weekend. I know over here in my area, it was a really nice weekend. I am a bit tired. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I am a bit tired. You feel what I'm saying? Because your girl has been over here cleaning house. You know what I'm saying? Get my house in order, getting rid of stuff and just everything. You feel me? So I have had a lot going on the past few days. I was supposed to go live on Friday and I was gonna force myself to do that morning live, but I just wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Got in my head a bit, so I just, the live got canceled or whatever, girl. And here we are on today. You feel what I'm saying? So listen, I have had a pretty good weekend. Been in there cleaning some stuff, like I told y'all. And it's been good. It's been good. I've been getting rid of a lot of clothes. But let me tell y'all why I told my mom I was getting rid of all these clothes, right? And she's supposed to be coming up here in 2 weeks. Girl, why did she tell me to hold on to the clothes so she could go through them and see what she want? First of all, ma'am, can you scoot back just a little bit? Because the goal is to get this out my house, all right? So I did kind of put the bags to the side and I told her, listen, girl, um, I don't want to see you go through these bags because I don't want to be tempted to keep nothing. I already went through the bags. Let me tell you, I went through the bags for one pair of shoes, and that was my Valentine J's. And I was gonna get rid of them. And I said, you know what? No, I am going to keep those. Okay. I changed my mind. And you know what? I was glad that I did. I just need to, you know what I'm saying, wipe them up real good. They still intact. They still look new. You know what I'm saying? I just need to, just clean them, from the little rust and stuff like that. You feel me? But girl, I was like, I'm gonna leave these bags here for you, ma'am. But I also told I said, and you better make sure you take them to the thrift store, and you better make sure that you get my donation ticket for my expenses. But anyway, girl, that's what I had. So I was like, I was not trying to hold on to that stuff, and then I got a lot of sorority stuff. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know what to do with it. I'm not sending it to a thrift store. Really not trying to give it to no neo or anything like that because it's just old. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like stuff from like the university, like when you have like your Delta weeks and all of that, your Greek weeks and stuff like that. It's like, girl, this is just old. That's what it's giving. It's just giving old. So I'm trying to see exactly what I want to do with that. And I really think that sororities and organizations should have a drop-off location for old para that people don't want no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are y'all existing in life and y'all don't have that? And y'all slick be running these organizations like straight businesses. So how is it that Goodwill, hello, how is it that Goodwill has a whole organization and they also got drop-offs and locations and y'all motherfuckers don't? But then y'all be out here sending people letters and emails and asking them for their dues and stuff like this so they could be financial. I need y'all to financially, all right, invest in a location so that people can drop off the shit that they don't want, so they don't be putting it over here in these damn thrift stores or wherever they putting it. And then you see this homeless man walking down the street with an AKA shirt on. Like, girl, what is it giving? Let's come together and get it together. Can we come together and get it together? So, yeah, y'all make sure that y'all can hear me. Let me know that you guys can hear me down in the chat. Okay, I think y'all can. Okay, I had to test it myself, so I think that you guys can hear me. So yeah, I just got rid of a lot of stuff, reorganized my closet and stuff like that. I hate it because like the home that we moved to, it's a bigger home, but the closets are not as big as my last spot, and I kind of feel away about it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I had to do a little bit of reorganization and stuff, and I ended up doing great. I really don't want to be a hoarder. So like as I get older, I want to shed. Is that I don't want to hold on to stuff. I was talking to my homegirl and she was like, well, you want to keep some things. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I have some things of my dad that he had like in high school and it has his name on it and stuff. And I have some of his things or whatnot. So, that's like, should he leave before me or anything? I always have that memory, yada, 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 when it came down to, her and her dad and all the other stuff. I said, girl, that's cute. That's cute. Shout out to you. Shout out to him. I'm not gonna be that. I'm not gonna be that. Cause let me tell you what my kid gonna get. That's gonna always be a connection between he and I, and that's one thing I'll never throw in the trash. That's that motherfucking teddy bear they gave me at the hospital with his details on it. Hello, how much he weighed the day he was born and the time he was born, baby. We see each other. That's gonna always be the connection. I don't need to give you a cheerleading jacket with my name on it. What are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do? Do you want some pom poms? You want some track shoes? All the things that my son was not interested in growing up. Hello, not interested in football, basketball, none of that. So yeah, no, I was an athlete. My son was not. So he's not gonna want that. So I will give him the teddy bear that they gave me at the hospital, and I will do the same for the next one. This is we see each other. Okay. Then after that, we probably can get a matching tattoo. Hello, jewelry together. Always hold on to those things. You feel what I'm saying? And you can have all these thick as yearbooks too, because I ain't looking at these motherfucking yearbooks. Hello, it's been well, I don't think I looked in them yearbooks in like 5 years or more. You know what I'm saying? The only time I really go to my yearbook that I can recall in the past is God. I hate to, if somebody may have passed away and I may not have known who the hell they was. And then I had to go back to the yearbook and I had to, oh girl, you talking about him? That's the only. Yeah, no ma'am. No ma'am. What he finna do with my junior high book? High key. High key. Cause when it's my turn to go, I don't want no folks at my fume. Girl, I don't even know if I want a fume. Hello? Hello? I don't even know if I want that. Okay? So, girl, I just had to say, like, I'm not gonna hold on to this giving myself excuses to hoard and stuff like that. Girl, I'm not gonna And I gotta get down in my basement and clean that shit out too, girl. I don't know when this gonna happen, bitch. Girl, I don't know when this gonna happen. Cause I know I brought some shit over, girl. But I have been trying to, get rid of stuff. Moral of the story, and I have been doing very good. Very, very, very good. I got rid of a lot of stuff before I moved. And then to know that I had like bags and bags and bags of shit that I still let go. And y'all know what a lot of it be for real. It be the clothes that you think that you gonna fit at a later periodically time. No, ma'am. Let it go. Embrace the new weight. You might shed a few pounds, but even when you lose, let's say 10 pounds, are you really going to want to wear that shit again? And how I can be sometimes, I rather just go and buy something else versus pulling out something old out the closet and bury seeing. So then I had to, face that. Like, okay, so like, I mean, when's the last time you worn it? Has it been over a year? Do you need it? Can you buy something else? Can you buy something like it? Whatever the case. Okay, then throw that shit. I like, why are we holding on to this? You know what I'm saying? You don't even need this right now. So, anywho, girl, I just encourage the people to clean out the closets, honey. Clean out the closets, get things in order, whatever it is you need to do, because that's exactly what I have been doing. Okay. And then I got another closet in my room that I'm making the baby's closet. So I have to get some of that stuff out too and get rid of that. So that's the next goal for this week. We shall see. I'm hoping I can get everything done by October 1st because I've been dragging it the whole summer, saying I'm going to do this, saying I'm going to do that. Girl, I ain't been doing shit. So, anywho, I'm gonna try to get all that together. Y'all pray for me and pray for my body. My fiance been up early, ready to help. Like, okay, what you need help with? Nothing. I actually need you to get out my way. Is what I need. Okay, can you scoot back just a little bit? Because I don't really know what to tell you I need until I can really get in it. So when I get in it, then I can tell you pick up this trash, take these boxes downstairs, go and do that, go and do, because anything else you really in my way, high key. You feel what I'm saying? So let me go sit down somewhere. I'll call you. Ain't nothing wrong with me, baby. Okay, we good. Okay. So anywho, girl, I appreciate the help though. I do. I appreciate the help. Boy, have a seat. Um, but anywho, go get what gift? Hold on, let me see something. Let me see something, Miss Ma'am. Go get what gift? I think I did see your name. I did see your name, Lisa. Give me 1 second. I want to just make sure because I could have sworn somebody sent me something. Stephanie, shout out to Stephanie. Yeah, she sent me some stuff I got yesterday for the from my registry. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Lisa, I got your stuff a while back, but what I am gonna do, I am going to do like a virtual, kind of like a live like this where I unbox everything. I have not unboxed nothing nobody sent me. I just been, bringing it and sitting it down. So I thank you guys so much that has bought things for my baby off my baby registry. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Because girl, we definitely need a girl. It's been a hard 19, and depending on when this baby comes, it's gonna be a smooth 20 years. Okay. But thank y'all so much. And I do plan on doing like a virtual thing. My actual baby shower will be in like November. So I think I'm gonna do it around that time so that I can have everything unboxed, and then I could just like place things where they're supposed to go as we get ready um, for the baby. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Let's see. I came here to chit chat with you guys this morning. Just, take our time, have a little chat. Some people may be on their way to work. Some people may be at work. Hello. So we are going to talk about a few things. I was supposed to talk about Nicki Minaj, the whole fiasco going on with her husband and stuff, and we didn't get around to that. So we're going to touch on that last week's news on today. Also going to get on Jeannie Mai and what's going on with her and Jeezy. Touch on that just a bit. What else we got over here? Yeah, we got a few other things that we definitely gonna get into. So just make sure that you guys are coming in, liking up the video. I don't know how YouTube has done with sharing or notifying people about the video. So your likes definitely help that to let other people know that we are indeed live, so they can go ahead and come on over and join us. You feel what I'm saying? All right, y'all. So let's see what I want to talk about first. First things first, y'all. I got this news and I was so excited. I wish I could be there. Okay. But I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it from the screen like I did this year when I saw Rihanna. But shout out to Usher because we have finally got our prayers answered when it comes to this situation. Okay. Usher will be hosting the halftime show for the Super Bowl for next year, 2024. And I believe that the Super Bowl may be in Las Vegas. So if it is in Las Vegas, it's like perfect timing in a sense because y'all know he has his residency there that's going to be ending, I think, in November, right? Or is it December? So right after that, he'll be rolling right over to doing the Super Bowl. I think it's in Las Vegas. It's been a lot of stuff going. I think BravoCon is in Vegas. It's a lot of stuff been going on. But he's gonna roll over and do that performance. And then I believe they say he's supposed to be going out to Paris for a minute to do some performing or whatnot. But shout out to Usher because I'm so happy. I remember last year, that's all that, or was it earlier this year? That's all we talked about was like, why hasn't Usher hosted a Super Bowl halftime? Why hasn't he performed this, that? Like, I feel like us people really made that happen. On top of Usher having his residency that has been extremely successful, like everybody wished that they could go. Girl, I was one of the people that had wanted to go for my birthday, but boop, he'll go to baby, and nah, I could travel, but my man be kind of like, just we already saw him, he be worried, child, first child or whatever. So I didn't go, needless to say, and I ain't going. But I did get a chance to see Usher perform at Dreamville Fest. Girl, that man is phenomenal. So I can't wait to see how he's going to be performing for the Super Bowl, the songs he's going to sing. Where I saw people on Twitter talk about stuff. Somebody said, and you can leave that OMG shit at the house. Wait a minute. Now, listen. OMG is not one of my faves, but I can't act like I don't get my little shake on a little bit when you hear it come on. You know what I'm saying? I get a little piece of a shake. And you got to know that that is a universal song that some blacks and a lot of whites like. So if you think Usher is going to hit that stage and not perform one of his most successful songs being OMG, you out your psychotic mind. I don't know what to tell you, baby, because it's going to happen. Now, how long he going to sing it, I don't know. I don't know, but I do expect it to be on the list. Now, he did a Super Bowl commercial, which was super cute, super cute. He was talking to himself. They had the whole meme thing going around at one point where the intro to his confessions video, when he acts like he's on the phone with a young lady. So they had different football players acting like they were talking to him. He was talking to himself from the future. And then they had the audacity, or the caucasity to have Kim Kardashian up there. And I was like, I feel like I probably would have. No, I wouldn't have. I was gonna say I probably would have been happier if it was Taylor Swift, but I would not have. I would not have. It would not have mattered. It would not have mattered. I'm trying to see who else y'all could have got. Keke Palmer. Keke could have called him with everything that's been going on with Keke and Usher. Y'all could have had Keke call this man, and I would have been okay. I would not have true, even if Beyonce would have gave him a call. What made y'all think? What made y'all think that we wanted to see Kim K? And I started thinking, like, I was like, y'all be wanting this lady to be so into the in the culture, and she be wanting to be so into the culture too. But then I said, really, Kim K wasn't for us; it was for them. That's why they put her up there to act like she was calling Usher. To like, who are you to call somebody and tell them you ain't got shit to do with sports, ma'am? You're not an artist. You're not anything. So who are you to call this man and tell this man that he get to do the halftime before? Who do you think you are? So I felt the way about it. But girl, it's over now. But I just was not. I wasn't featuring Kim. I'm like, girl, out of all of the celebrities, y'all could have chose. Like, why ain't nobody? And I hate to say it, why ain't nobody go get Tom Brady? If you wanted to, be palatable to the Caucasians, girl, you could have went and got Tom Brady. He ain't doing shit out here doing fucking commercials for who hurts. Out here over here running amok at Delta Airlines or whatever he finna go and do. Girl, y'all could he had time. He had time. Y'all could have went and called that man and gave that man a piece of a job. But y'all had to give it to Kim, honey. I don't know what the fuck y'all be thinking. Like, y'all just don't think about us. That be the problem. Y'all people in commercials don't think about the people. Y'all think about y'all coin. And y'all motherfuckers in politics don't think about the people either. Y'all be thinking about y'all coin. But that's a whole nother conversation. Anywho, girl, but congratulations to Usher. I won't take that away from you. I won't take your moment away focusing on Kim. But congratulations to you. And I'm so excited to see it. And yeah, this is a moment that I think a lot of people are gonna be praying to God, like, let me live long enough. Y'all remember y'all grandparents used to say that if I live long enough, girl, now I see what you mean, bitch. Listen, let me live. Let me live. I want to see the performance. I want to experience that. Let me live. Because I can imagine the people that have passed away. And I really hate that for them. And they probably was looking forward to seeing the ending to like one of their favorite shows or something like that, or passed away and they were supposed to be going to a concert. I'm like, oh my God, I hate that. That's so sad. That's so horrible. Somebody probably passed right before they got a chance to see Beyonce, like, for the first time. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, girl, I hate it. Let them live long enough, Lord, please. And please, we all want to be here. Okay. Thank you. The next thing I want to talk about, and y'all know my I don't review Love and Marriage Huntsville. I discuss it with the Ladies First panel, and I also discuss it with my patrons. So that is only a Patreon exclusive content that I provide. And I have to do this Saturday's episode for them as well. So I'm not talking about the show, but I am talking about some stuff I saw over there on social media, girl. This is a piece of messy, honey. So y'all know Melody Hope. For the people that don't know, there's a show called Love and Marriage Huntsville. It comes on. I believe it's produced, executively produced by Carlos King. Okay. The show has been on for quite some time, maybe like 6 years, 7 years. Girl, I don't know. It's been a minute. Girl, it's gonna be a decade in a second. Okay. Show been on for a while. Now, Melody Hope, who is one of the creators of the show and main primary cast member of the show, excuse me. Well, she recently received her honorary doctorate degree. So congratulations to Melody Shari, okay? Because I didn't so say a Hope. I'm so used to the Hope, but she has dropped that last name and it's Melody Shari Rogers. Okay, first of all, correction. But congratulations to Melody Shari Rogers on receiving that honorary doctorate. Okay, I feel like a lot of people have honorary doctorates, like the young woman that had the chance to put a ring on it more recently. I believe her name was Dr. Stacy or something. Her degree is from what it looked like to me was like an honorary degree or something of that sort, not necessarily a doctorate, but I believe she obtained that degree through her philanthropy work or something like that. Or yeah, she received that doctorate. Like, so it's technically like I hate to say she's not a real doctor because she didn't go the traditional route that a lot of people would think, but people call her Dr. Stacy. So same thing with Melody Holt. It looks like she received an honorary degree and she was really happy about that, promoting it on her page and just, whatever. Like, shout out to Mel. She done got this. I feel like if somebody gave me an honorary degree, I'm gonna be walking around like, and it's doctor to you. You don't know what I put in on this to even be considered. Everybody's just not going to be considered to be honorary of something, whether it's an organization, whether it's a degree. Everybody's not going to be considered for that. Right. So this is what happened. So when Mel made this post, there was a Instagram page. I believe it was OMFG Reality that reposted her video that she had, right, of her graduating or whatever, or receiving this honorary degree. Well, nobody at all. Simone Redwine of Ready to Love says this. She added somebody and says, it's disrespectful to those who actually earned real ones. She's talking about it's disrespectful to people that actually earned their doctorate, okay? And she has a Juris Doctorate, okay, which is a law degree. So she has her JD, but most people call them attorneys. They don't necessarily call them doctors. I don't know if you can or if you should call attorneys doctors. Y'all attorneys, let me know if that's a professional label that one could give to y'all, you know what I'm saying, and call y'all doctor such and such. She goes on to say, I'm gonna start calling myself a doctor since everyone else is, and I actually studied for 3 years to earn mine, Dr. Redwine, from now on. Ma'am, Simone, listen, I've never had a reason to dislike you or feel any way about you or anything. I think you are a very intelligent woman. Shout out to you for graduating a law school, something I wish I would have went ahead and did myself when I was accepted. But I have to be honest here and say it's giving projection. I don't know what the issue was, but I don't know if that's how you, I mean, like, I don't, it was giving projecting from insecurities. It was giving a bit of hate, a bit to me. And I don't know if that was coming from a place of you genuinely dislike this woman or you be hating on her or whatever. Or if you just wanted to have a negative comment, because that's how so many people come in the comment sections of different, blogs and stuff. They always want to have the funniest comment or the most negative comment. Or if you were genuinely projecting from seeing other people prior getting honorary degrees and you felt the way about it, right? Whatever it was, it didn't seem necessarily warranted for you to say that to Mel, for you to write that under her. Like, I don't know. It was a bit distasteful to me, in my opinion. And it came so left field, because if you had an issue with her and we didn't know, we definitely know now, because I was like, girl, what the fuck is this? What is going on? Like, why would you say that? But I'm like, she's supposed to be happy, and then you just throw this, like, yikes. And then it's like, where was you at when Black China got her honorary degree? Her doctorate or whatever, Dr. Angela White. Where were you at? Were you in the comments? Send that to me. Because I'm wondering if you had the same response when Black China ended up getting that degree for her, going to a Bible school or something like that, where she got that doctorate. And people were trying to say that it wasn't legit. So I don't know if it was an honorary doctorate or if she had been in school actually for the past 2 to 3 years or something, and she earned that degree. But did you have that same, like, was you going off on that lady too? But either way, y'all, Melody Holt definitely responded to her. Okay. And this is what Mel said. Ooh, girl, Mel said, first of all, MS. So I'm like, do you mean Miss? I guess she meant Miss in all caps, throwing shade like, girl, you ain't married. Ooh, and never have been. Girl, this was messy. Girl, when I first saw the MS, I was thinking master's degree. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I'm like, but she an attorney. And Barry saying, girl, that's my blonde moment. So Mel goes on to say, I don't even know you. But the fact that you decided to come over here and throw shade versus congratulate speaks volumes, girl. It does speak volumes. And the volume that it speaks for me is that she's had an issue with you for a very long periodically time. For a long periodically time. And she just now wanted, she felt like she had one up on you so she could say something. But I don't know, Simone, because sometimes you just be hopping in the comments saying slick stuff. So it be seeming like you be having problems with everybody, girl. I don't know. Sometimes you just might need to sweep around your own. But anywho, Mel says, I don't know if it's because your fiance/boyfriend or whatever he is being my DMs, but it's giving not cute. It's giving intimidating. It's giving integrity less than that of any doctor. Now move around, fellow own colleague. So Mel ended up tagging on Keep It Real. Right. She also went on to kind of like do a live or whatever like that. And when she went on to do this live, she pretty much reiterated everything that she already said in the comment section, where she called out Simone and saying that her ex had been in her DMs or whatever like that. Called her a hater in so many words. And then also she still wished her well though at the end of it, like, keep doing good, congratulations to you, you have a fucking law degree, like that's major. So it was definitely some shade in there, but you know how Mel always try to do, she try to end it on the high note or whatever. So that's what it is that she did. But after she did that, which I think if you was gonna follow up with this, you shouldn't even really did no live to say congratulations to her, because I want to say a mother thing to a bitch that done sat up there and tried to shit on my happy moment. Like, girl, I'm not gonna give you kudos for a motherfucking thing. Okay, you should be proud of that degree before I am. Hello, because I know I'm proud of the piece that they done gave me. Hello. So Mel goes on. And that's where she posts these messages. Ooh, confirming that her man had been in that lady ZN's. But Mel, it looked like you covered up the date. So I just wanted to know if the date that he hopped in your DMs was around the same time that he was with Simone. That's just all I was wondering. But anyway, girl. So she says, if you caught my last live, I don't even know these people. We are on the same network. That's it. That's all. So Rashid, who was the fiance of Simone, DM'd a Mel and said, love it, keep living. She says, thanks, and sure will. He says, you look good doing it too. She says, thanks. He says, no, thank you. Girl, it was giving every piece of flirtation. It was for me. I'm glad she kept it dry with him, because he is the type of person, to me, just looking at these messages, that would try to egg stuff on until he could get more and more of a conversation out of you, and then see where it can go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, some about it just ain't, you know what I'm saying? Some about it just was not right, in my opinion. You know what else is not right? What's not right on my end is that I have over 500 people in the chat, but I can't even get 200 likes on the video. That's what's not right to me. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it. Come on, girl. I'm gonna go listen to that. Who was that? Was that Whitney Houston and Kelly Price? I know it was Whitney, but who was on the song with her? I think it may have just been Whitney. I'm gonna have to pull that up, girl, because y'all don't be caring about me for real. Y'all don't be loving on me like that. And it's good morning. I know y'all tired, but y'all wasn't tired to pick up that phone, use that thumb and hit that tap. Okay. But yeah, so that's what Mel said. Okay, she got on there, she said what she posted the thing. So once Simone got wind of this live that she did, she got wind of whatever she posted on her IG, Simone came back and had more to say. So let's get into what Simone said, y'all. Ooh, honey. She says, you know exactly who I am, because your production company met with me months ago and wanted me to do a show you were producing. Oh, Mel, you trying to work on other shows, girl? Okay. Simone says, but I declined for significant business issues that I won't embarrass you by airing out. So don't act silly with me. Whoa. Whoa, ma'am. Ma'am. What is the aggression really about? Because I just kind of feel like she's responding to you, ma'am. She's responding to, like, you the one that came down and put a negative thing, and then she came back and said what she said, and then you do know me, girl. Just because somebody sought you out for something don't necessarily mean they really know you like that, girl. Like, girl, you could have been a piece of a recommendation from another producer. Like, I don't know, but Miss Red Wine, this is not Dr. Red Wine, is it? This is not nice. Okay. And then some, so don't act silly with me. Some, I won't embarrass you by airing it out. Whoa, see, ma'am, Dr. Red Wine. Dr. Red Wine, is it? Listen, I'm being real honest with you. Again, I have no issues. I am just a commentator and an observer. Okay. And I just want to say this: be very careful. In my opinion, you ain't gotta be careful, girl. You do what you want to do, okay? Because that's just how you is. You want to do that anyway. The last time you sat on a platform and tried to embarrass somebody, which was a woman from Ready to Love, you tried to air out messages and things that y'all had with each other or whatever it was with this woman. Next thing you know, you had to come to the front and tell your own tea, which was a bit of embarrassment about how the man that you've been over here flossing with and parading around ain't even got his finances and stuff in order. And then you had to let all the floodgates out when it came to him. But you tried to take it, as well as you could. But high key, that's extremely embarrassing. You might have thought that it was only embarrassing for him, but no, it was also embarrassing for you, especially for the people that you tried to sit up there and shade and they had to come back and look at the bullshit that is you. You know what I'm saying? And what you had going on. So then now you over here trying to drag this lady out of absolutely nowhere, giving unwarranted, right? In my opinion. So it makes me kind of feel like, girl, what else is tipping around the corner for you? What else is tipping around the corner for you, girl, that you're going to have to show up and standing in at a later time, girl? You better be careful. But I'm just telling y'all my thoughts, you know what I'm saying? It's giving every bit of shaky and shady. Let's keep going. So then she says, two, congrats on your honorary degree. First of all, ma'am, I would have told, girl, you can keep that congrats, because if that's how you really felt, but you should have said it the first time around instead of throwing hate, because you feel that you worked so hard for yours. And I was able to slide on the ice like the escapades and with the mama legs and get my okay, because I slid on the ice with ease and grabbed my fucking degree. You want to sit over here and thought, girl, that's not my problem. That is not my fault that these people chose to pick me. Okay. Congrats on your honorary degree. Celebrate it. But there's no need to professionally refer to someone with an honorary degree as a doctor, whatever their name is. That's disrespectful to those of us who have earned our doctorates. Now, I do understand what she's saying, though. Like, I get it. I get it. A lot of people work hard. Like, they have to write, girl, when I be hearing about people like, what is it, dissertations and all of that, they having to come up with their thesis and write these thick ass pages and do all the stuff they have to go through to get their doctorate. If I had my doctorate, I probably would feel a little bit of a way. Would I be vocal about it? Not necessarily. I feel like because honorary doctorates have been around for many years, many years, and maybe people have put in similar type of work in a different way, and this may sound crazy, and y'all let me know y'all thoughts. I know y'all gonna do that anyway, girl. Like I said, that's just how y'all is. But it's like a person that don't go to college, but they get all this experience, and then they get out, then they're able to go and get the job that you may have wanted. You know what I'm saying? And it might be an entry level job, but they had experience because they either taught themselves, they start working on their own stuff, yada yada yada. Whereas you spent all these years, 4 years or so in college, and you trying to get the opportunity, and it don't come too easy because they rather have a person that's more experienced versus a person that's fresh out of college. So it's like, it may suck. I get it. Like, dang, they get the job, they ain't even got a degree. Da 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 da. I get it, but that company chose to hire that person. You know what I'm saying? That's their decision. Whereas with the honorary degree, those people chose to honor her with that doctorate. That's their decision. But that's just how I'm thinking about it until somebody comes along and change my mind, especially if you're a person that agrees more so with what Dr. Redwine is saying. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts. But that's kind of like, that's how I was kind of seeing it. Like, I was like, it don't have to be that big of a deal. Like, example, like even with sororities, right? You pledge, you go through your process, you do all this and that, and then some people just get to be able to be honorary down the way. Girl, I can't tell these folk what to do. Girl, I cannot tell these people that Angela Bassett cannot be no dancer. Like, what the fuck? I'm not finna say that. Girl, I be over here like, get it, bitch. I don't know what they put you through. I mean, they probably didn't put you through what I went through, but you probably went through a little piece of something, girl. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it just wasn't. I don't think it should have been as major as she, made it out to be, in my opinion. Let me see. Was there anything else that she said? She says, finally, if you're referring to my ex, please take him, but no take backs. Girl, don't nobody want that man. Girl, you didn't even want that man. Girl, don't nobody want that man. Again, you didn't even want him, girl. Okay. You didn't even want him. I think it was another tweet that she had posted too. I don't think I got it up here. Let me see. Not a tweet, but a comment. I feel like there was one more that Miss Ma'am put up. Let me see. Do I have dots over here? Yeah, so she wrote this comment, I believe it was under on Keep It Real, and she says, "Make sure you post my reply. This is about business. I rejected a new show Melody's company wanted to produce and instead committed to another company that is bringing it to TV. That's business, and I wish her company the best, but don't be a sore loser." Ma'am, Miss Redwine. Miss Redwine, girl, no ma'am. How is she being a sore loser? How is that? First, she's responding to a comment that you posted. See, when you do stuff like this, it makes me think that you're a person that manipulates. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, and a person that gaslights. Like, ma'am, you just sat up here and threw shade at this woman. This woman responded to you. And then the way that you coming at her as though she was the one that approached you about it. Are you okay? Girl, what is happening here? I'm sorry, I just disagree with that. So I don't know. It's giving weird. Oh, so do what y'all want to do with that. Girl, I said, what the hell is this, honey? But that's what's going on with Miss Mel and Miss Simone. I have not checked in to see what the dynamic is between them and whether they're going back and forth. But I would not even continue to go back and forth with a fool. Like, I just, girl, you got it. You won. You won. Juris Doctorate. You won, girl. You right. You are right. And to each his own. If some people want to refer to her as Dr. Rogers, and some people just want to refer to her as Miss Rogers, I'm sure she's gonna be fine with either one. Whatever you want them to address you as, it is what it is. Like, it ain't gotta be that deep, girl. Pull back just a little bit, okay? Let's go ahead and keep it going, okay? Because I done came across Chris Brown and I'm trying to understand. Chris, what is going on? What is going on? Like, why are you being sued by Popeye's Chicken? I am so confused. So y'all know we have to get into this article by Complex. We have to get into it. Because all I saw was the headline and I was like, this is weird. Chris, did you was you supposed to just get a lifetime of Popeyes? Was you supposed to do a commercial or something? You didn't do it. So let's get into this. They're saying that Chris Brown hit with $2 million lawsuit over unpaid Popeyes chicken loan. A Popeyes chicken loan. Now, I don't remember seeing that. They're saying Chris Brown, yeah, he's facing this lawsuit. According to legal documents obtained by the Blast, City National Bank is suing Brown for $2 million, alleging it loaned him money to acquire a pair of Popeyes locations. Oh, wow. When was this? The lawsuit claims the loan, which was given to several people, including Brown and The Dream, remains unpaid. As of February 17, 2023, borrower and grantors owe $2.1 million in unpaid principal and interest. So wait a minute. So was it Chris Brown and The Dream both trying to go in and buy a few Popeyes, or was it just individually? Because when I see borrower and grantors with an S, it just makes me think like, who else was trying to be a part of this? And did you really loan him the 2 million? Is what I'm wondering. But anywho, they're saying unpaid principal and interest. All right. They say technically the lawsuit in the state of Georgia, but the bank filed a case in Los Angeles courts as Brown currently resides in LA. So not you trying to put Popeyes out here in GA, baby. Let me tell you something. I don't know. Some of these Popeyes is lazy. I got one over here by me. And when I tell you them motherfuckers, girl, one time I had pulled up and them hoes was closed at 4. I said, girl, what's going on? I y'all closed at 4. So I don't even go that way. Then the line would just be so long, y'all, like wrapped around the building, and nobody would really be moving. And it was just sad. So I just stopped going to that one. And I'll drive like 15 minutes just to go get me some Popeyes to a place that I know the food gonna be fresh and it's gonna be quick. So yeah, but anywho, they're saying that let's see, it's unclear if City National Bank is suing The Dream over his alleged share of the loan. However, the lawsuit names Brown as a personal guarantor, which means he's on the hook for the unpaid portion of the loan. So what y'all did with the money, Chris? Because you can't just be taking people money thinking that you're going to build something. And why would you build a Popeyes? You can't buy better building a Chick-fil-A. Let me not. Let's don't say that, because you know what I'm saying. I mean, but it makes more sense. Like if I was given money and I had to choose between Popeyes and Chick-fil-A, I would probably go with Chick-fil-A. because the service is just, it supersedes itself. Like, it's just, why would I, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody loves a Chick-fil-A. So I would go there. Like, why would I mean, I don't know, girl. Let me just keep going. They're saying, meanwhile, City National Bank, which has been trying to get their money back from Brown since 2018, bitch. It's been 5 to 6 years, has already won a default judgment against the singer in Georgia. As a result, the new motion has been filed as a collection suit in LA, and bank claims he owes 1.3 mil. So is it 1.3? Okay, so I guess it's 2.1, including the interest. But it seems like they loaned him 1.3 million. Chris, all these concerts you be doing and all this fucking music you be putting on one damn album, you got this money to go ahead and get these folks. And you knew you weren't gonna put up no damn Popeyes or nothing like that. Yeah, I'll be suing him too. Because if we giving you money for you to be a franchisee owner and you ain't getting it done in enough time, I'm not gonna play with you, baby. We not gonna play with you. It's been 5 years. Can't hold back my tears. You finna pay us our fucking money. Are you out your damn mind? Like, run it back, baby. Run it back. Not you over here playing with these people coin like that. Chris. See, you know what? And I saw an article. Ooh. It was a reputable news company, and I cannot think of the name of it, but they were talking about all these celebrities that got money from the pandemic and stuff. And I'm just like, he was on the list. And I'm just sitting over here like, y'all be scammers too, girl. Like, y'all be out here scamming and y'all be out here talking about other folks. Girl, y'all be some of the biggest ones. That's why some of y'all concerts ain't selling right now. You know what I'm saying? Girl, y'all be out here trying to play the folks because y'all got these big names. Girl, y'all are some finessers, bitch. But you going to pay these folks their money. You going to, girl, a mess. But that's what's going on with Chris Brown, honey. Chris Brown took these people money, got folks thinking he finna be up there on some Popeyes type energy. And girl, it was giving scamming type energy. And ain't no way I'm finna pay some meal and think that the dream ain't finna pay shit. Girl, he better wake up. You better get your ass up out that dream, cause baby, we finna split the bill. Hello? I'm not finna be on the hook, okay? Cause if they hook me, I'm gonna hook you, bitch. You understand? You gonna, okay? You better pay the 5. I'm not playing. Come on down here, cause you was in on it with me. You ain't finna have me down here, Chris. That's what you get. Stupid, in my opinion. Putting yourself on the hook is the main person that they was gonna come after, girl. And you think the dream finna be? No, ma'am. He would have been having to step up on that day. He would have had to step. Thank you so much, S. Brown, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. So thank you, Cherry, for saying this. So he co-signed on the loan, and I'm glad you said that, because obviously the dream co-signed on it too. So he would definitely be paying up some fucking money. Understand? Okay. But that's what's going on with Chris Brown, y'all. Next up, let's see who else I want to talk about. Blac Chyna. Because let me tell y'all, Blac Chyna said she getting her money up out there, man. And I could have sworn Tyga said her son don't even be with her. He lives with him most of the time. But that's also the first that I've ever heard of that. I always thought that her kids primarily live with her. I remember her doing an interview like 3 years ago. Or was it pre-pandemic? And she was talking about her kids being with her and how they go with their dads on the weekends. So maybe something changed between that time, because Tyga was trying to say that the son be with him. And then I'm like, not you over here trying. And then y'all remember that interview she did with Jason Lee, where she was like, she don't get no child support for her kids. And then she said she don't need no child support. So why would she even try and get any child support from them? Well, now, hello, she's trying to get child support from Tyga. I ain't saying that she should or shouldn't, but I'm like, girl, is you going to get it from Rob too? Are you going to get money from Rob as well while you over here collecting your coins? All right. And listen, she didn't need it at the time, because remember, she was doing her OnlyFans. She was doing a lot of stuff. Now that she's trying to change her life and her image, I'm sure some of those streams of incomes have been cut off because she's trying to stay focused on one particular road. So now she does need the assistance. Honey, but now she done served his mama. They say Black China serves Tiger's mother with legal papers seeking joint custody of son. Now, what would make her think she can summon his mama? What kind of relationship you and your mama got that she will actually go to trial on behalf of her? I don't know, girl. This is interesting. I mean, well, really, she's forced to do so. So I mean, I don't know. When you bring the mama into it, it kind of make me think, Tiger, you probably been out here lying. Talking about that lady don't have that boy, and you be having him majority of the time. According to reports from Radar Online, the model served Tiger's mom with legal papers as she battles with her ex over custody of their son. The mother of two hired a process server to track down the rapper at his home in Los Angeles, according to court documents. They're saying that the server made his way to Tiger's residence on September 1st, telling the court that he handed Tiger's mother. Okay, so wait a minute. So the server made his way to Tiger's mama and told them that he gave her that paperwork at 7:03 that night. This will allow Black China's custody case against Tiger to move forward in court, as the Taste hitmaker is now forced to respond to her petition. So I guess he wasn't gonna say nothing, but now that she done summoned his mama, he got to address it. That's what he told her. He told her 10 years later. Nah, meaning I guess their son is 10. So like 10 years later, now you want to sit up here and get custody and get child support? He was like, nah, stick to your schedule, Saturday through Monday. Girl, this is some messy stuff. This is messy. The court may make orders of support of the children and issue an earnings assignment without further notice to either party. The petition is also the first step in China potentially being awarded a child support judgment from her ex, who, after finding out about the case, took to social media, and that's where he gave his thoughts, like, stick to, your schedule. Girl, this is y'all have been kind of unproblematic to me when it comes to the parenting situation. So to see that y'all are dealing with these issues now, girl, I do think it's because China done changed some things about herself. I think so. And she's probably not able to provide how she was able to before. And that's what's really going on. Because it seems like she brought all of this to the front. So girl, this is a sad. I hope it don't get too messy, honey. Brought this man mama to court. I want to know about it though. I do. I want to know why. I want to know what the mama say, but I hope it don't get too messy though. Thank you so much for the super chat, Brittany. Years ago, when she said that, Rob came out and said that he has dream throughout the week, and she gets her on the weekend. Same as Tiger. I don't know, child. Listen, I don't know no more either. Thank you so much for the super chat. Cause see, now it got me wondering: is Tiger is she a weekend mama? Which could be very possible. Is she a weekend mama, or is he only repeating what he heard Rob Kardashian say? Oh, girl, Lord, they always get the kids involved in their shenanigans. I swear to God, the kids always get tied the hell up. Hopefully, they get that resolved real soon. Kind of like Anthony Anderson, honey, and his wife then got their shit resolved. First of all, this lady filed for a divorce, or either they were separated, but I think she filed for a divorce a few years ago. Anthony Anderson's wife filed for a divorce a few years ago. Then they took it off the table. And now here we are again. Why do I feel like the same thing gonna happen with Jeezy and Jeannie Mai? But we'll get to them in a second, okay? We'll get to them in a second. Let me get to this article real quick, because now that they are officially divorced, he is ordered to pay $20,000 a month in spousal support to his wife. I believe they have maybe 3 children, 2 at most, but I could have sworn they had at least 3 kids together. They've been together for years, before he was even famous, from my understanding. So him having to pay her $20,000, some part of me doesn't mind that, but a lot of people are not happy about that. A lot of people was like, 20,000 is too much, whatever. And I'm like, she about put up with a lot of shit with this man. She probably held a house now while he was out there doing whatever it is that he needed to do. He got her accustomed to a certain type of lifestyle. So with him getting her accustomed to a certain type of lifestyle, I feel like, I think that's kind of old to her. I guess it could be more, but depending on the lifestyle he got her accustomed to, is 20,000 really a lot? I don't know, because don't they live in LA? I feel like LA is hella expensive. If it's just her, she don't need no grand old house. She can downsize, but if the rent is probably 10,000, girl, that's eating up half of that right there. Or if it's 5,000, I mean, it's eating up a little portion, but what about your other expenses and stuff? So it's like, is the 20,000 on a monthly basis really a lot of money? I don't know. I mean, it's free money, but I don't know what she does for herself. Like if I saw, if anything, if I was sitting in front of his wife, I would not know who the hell she is. I'm just gonna be honest, because it seems like she played the back so much. She was a low key woman, so I don't even know. Maybe she's a realtor. Maybe she has other businesses herself. But I'm just like, how else would she make money to match that 20K that he's giving her? It's not a lot of money to me, but it might be just enough for what she needs. They're saying Anthony Anderson and his wife, his ex-wife Alvina Anderson, have settled their divorce nearly 19 months after they split. After their second split, all right, with the actor ordered to pay more than $200,000 a year in spousal support per their divorce settlement. Okay, now in court documents, they're saying that Anderson will pay his former spouse $20,000 monthly. However, they're saying should he gross more than $2 million a year. Hey, Holly Berry, how are you? Okay. Yeah. So they're saying if he grows more than $2 million a year, he must pay her 20% of that. Now, listen, I was over here going crazy about Holly Berry, baby. I was over here pressed because I think he gets like 23% of her 2 million. And bitch, I would never make more than 2 million ever again in the annual basis. Hear me, hear me, hear ye. I would never. Cause see, you think I'm gonna pay this man $8,000? See, let me pause on Anderson because Holly, I'm pissed off still. Okay, $8,000 a month in child support. You get your child Monday through Wednesday, and then he get the child Wednesday through Friday, and then y'all take turns on the weekend. But that's half and half. Why is you paying 8,000 to a man you was only married to for 2 years, and then got to give him 23% of your $2 million on an annual? Excuse me, on top of other stuff, and you're financially responsible for the baby's extracurricular activities, his health care, therapy, all kind of shit. And this was something that your stupid ass agreed to. Couldn't get me to agree to it because I had your ass tied up. You think Kenya Moore had a long ass divorce? You think, you think, but I have his ass tied up because we'll both still be out here just hanging out. Girl, take it forever to dry because ain't no motherfucking way you finna sit up here and get that much up out of me, period. And I see, lucky for this woman, hello, is the fact that her kids, well, I ain't gonna say lucky for this woman, but lucky for Anthony, they kids is grown. So I don't think she gonna get like no child support or nothing like that. So lucky for him, they grown. But here's the thing, I still feel like she's owed the money and the percentage. I know, girl, eat me up, put some seasoning, okay? But I just feel like she's been there for damn near 20 years. Holly Berry, man, got what he got. What? From off of 2 years. And we know who this nigga is. We may not remember his name, but that face, this man has acted in quite a few things. Therefore, confirming that he can go out here and make money, just like the first baby daddy with his fine self. Well, I don't know what he looked like now, but at the time, he was a fine girl. Okay. So I'm like, girl, he was a model or something, and an actor, I think. They could go out and make money. I've never seen Alvina Anderson any damn where. Not on a television show, on nothing. She literally, I don't think this lady worked. I think she legit held down the damn household. And then after all of these years of not working, that hinders you in the work field. Granted, yeah, your husband may have access, but what if the stuff that he has access to you don't want to do? So I don't know, but that's just what, girl, I had to pause on that. Thank you so much, S Brown, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. um yeah, so I'm just, girl, I'm pressed about that. So they say he must pay Alvina 20% of that gross amount, which would increase her payment to $400,000. So if he makes over 2 million this year, she gonna get 400,000. Girl, that is a whole lot. Now I'm over here pressed again because that means that Holly Berry man gonna get over. Because I think he get 23% over, or is it 13? I really think it's 23% because I think it was like an outrageous number. Over 400,000 to do nothing but sit on his ass and get your child half of the week. Girl, Holly, if you ain't want no kids, that's all you had to say. And that's all you had to say, bitch, because you do not have them. I'm sure you love them down, girl, but you do not have them, girl. Like, I just killed them. I ain't no motherfucker. Why, girl? I already told my man, you gonna pay me, goddamn it. if you end up like really on this type of level where you getting it, because he was like, I don't know if that's fair. I was like, it's fair as hell. He was like, it wasn't fair for Holly. Listen, it wasn't. But it's fair now. And if I was Alvina, I'm taking your coin. Period. I'm gonna let you know right now. You ain't gotta have no surprises with me. I'm gonna be in the pockets. Period. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna be in the pockets. Period. Anywho, so per the court documents, Anderson will retain their property located in the neighborhood of Los Angeles. He's going to keep the 2004 Land Rover, and she will keep the 2022 Mazda and their home in Houston. B. Anderson, I don't know what the fuck you did, but a 2022 Mazda, I don't care what nobody's talking about. This lady is very low maintenance. Very low maintenance. And that 20K is definitely from the stretch. The hell I'm talking about. I'm thinking, hey, she live out there in LA. She like, girl, fuck LA. I'm not gonna pay that rent, baby. Take me down there to Houston. It's a little more cuter down there, ain't it? Okay. And I could spend probably what? Rent all expenses with 5,000 and stack up that 15K. Hello, on top of the 400 that I'm gonna get, because I know your bitch ass gonna make more than 2 million. Because I know you. I've been with your ass damn near 2 decades. So I know how you move. I know how you wipe your ass. I know where you hide the money. So yeah, Miss Mel gonna be living real good with a low maintenance self. I'm so here for it. They said the couple must also sell and split the proceeds of a cemetery plot. Girl, wait. Y'all ain't gotta split the plot. Y'all ain't gotta split to keep the plot. Why they gotta sell it and split the proceeds? Just keep the plot. Y'all may not have made it together in life, but why y'all can't be together in the, keep the plot, girl. I'm not selling this damn plot to these folks. But I mean, I guess he might get remarried. Maybe she want to be near her other husband or something. Well, keep it for the kids. Why is y'all who ordered this? Telling these people to sell a damn plot. I don't know. Now I ain't never hear no shit like that. Now Anderson is also in possession of a Glock 19 firearm that is registered to her and must be turned into law enforcement within 30 days. The spouses had been married for 22 years before separating in 2022. Listen, when you're going through a divorce and you got bread like that, I can imagine how stressful that is, because you really have to relinquish everything that you got. Like, you have to tell clearly the judge everything. I ain't never hear nobody talk about no cemetery plot, but girl, they was so far in their future with planning, honey. Okay. And then the Glock 19, that's what we talking about, all the way down to the Glock. Whew, girl, you really gotta release everything. The spouse had been married for 22 years before they separated in 2022. And had they hung in there a little longer, they was gonna get to their 25th year anniversary. Girl, I hate that. Now, she had filed for a divorce in 2015, citing irreconcilable differences, right? She requested spousal support and listed their date of separation as April 1st of 2014. So they had split up for a whole year before she filed. She filed to dismiss the divorce petition in January of 2017. So wait, girl, y'all had been separated for about 3 years and they got back together. Okay. Then she filed again on March 25th of 2022, citing the date of their separation as to be determined. In the filing, she requested spousal support and for Anderson to pay her attorney fees. Baby. Girl, Alvina, these Anthony Anderson kids, are you sure? Girl, let me not do that. Girl, let me back up out there. I don't know them folks. Okay, girl. Well, that's what's going on. And see, now this is what I'm wondering, right? Because I saw somebody on Twitter saying something about it's good that she left him because he was accused of SA or something. And I said, Anthony Anderson? And people was like, girl, when the hell was this? I ain't never hear that. And she was like, Google it. It's a lot of articles out there. And I definitely found one because I was like, girl, I ain't never hearing nothing like this. Now, I don't know if he was convicted or anything, but I do believe there were allegations out there. According to this article, they say Anthony Anderson's disturbing history of SA allegations. Now, my question is the date. When did the dates happen? And if that could have triggered the wife to separate from him back in 2014 because of some of this history of allegations. Let me see if they tell us anything. Anderson knows a thing or two about weathering a controversy, but wow, let me keep going. Okay, they're talking about Jussie Smollett, questionable actions. Okay, Anderson has faced 3 public allegations of sexual misconduct, one as recent as 2018. And this article was written in 2019. And on Saturday, he was the master of ceremonies, not the subject of raised eyebrows or the butt of the joke. Let's see. Okay, according to a July 2004 criminal complaint that was published by the Smoking Gun, an anonymous woman who had been transported to the hospital in the wake of an alleged attack told officers that she was essayed by Anthony Anderson and his director Wayne Witherspoon. Whew, girl. Girl. I know I ain't hear about this, girl. I think I was just graduating high school up there in college in July 2004. Girl, wait. That's crazy. The assault allegedly occurred in a trailer on the set of the film Hustle and Flow. Yo, that's crazy. What's crazy is how we didn't really know about it. Like, I feel like social media at a later time has gotten more popular. What I feel like around maybe 2010 or something like that. I think that's probably when the Shade Room may have come around. So now that we get a lot of our stories on social media, this wouldn't have been able to escape us. If we had this in 2004, everybody would have knew about it. But who was really going reading articles and stuff like that? We probably was getting our news from like quick little shows or radio deets or whatever. So interesting. That's why we probably ain't hear about some of this stuff. Girl, this is crazy, him. But the recent assault as of 2018. But whatever happened with that is my question. I'm not seeing, okay, at the time a rep for Anderson said the actor denied the allegations and that the R charges pending against him in Memphis had made him a target. So what happened? The lawsuit doesn't appear to have been as widely covered at the time. One remaining bulletin reports that $900,000 suit was filed against Anderson and Warner Brothers TV. They said in September of 2004, the alleged assault occurred after taping. So it looks like this is a whole nother situation of all about the Andersons. Is this in 2004 too? The Tennessee charges were dropped when the judge found that there was not sufficient probable cause to try the case. The judge came after the accuser shared her story, testifying that I was continuously yelling, "Stop." Mr. Anderson was taking pictures with the camera phone. I fear for my life. Girl, not it was dismissed. Somebody said, okay. Girl, I'm gonna have to dive deeper into that. This is some, I'm gonna have to look more into that, but it looks like he kind of got off from the things that people were saying. Yeah, it looked like all those cases were dismissed, so he was never really convicted of an actual crime of any sort when it came down to this. So that's crazy, girl. I never knew about any of this. So that's real interesting to me, y'all. But I won't hold us on that subject. We'll go ahead and move on. I want to talk about K Michelle. Shout out to K Michelle, because this lady has morphed into a whole new woman. And I have to say, a lot of people that try to do what K Michelle do, they can't. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be real honest. K Michelle has changed her complexion. And no, nobody's gonna tell me any different. She has changed that body. She has changed that nose. She has changed those lips. K Michelle has changed so much about herself, and she actually looks good to me. A lot of people that do this, they can't do it like K. But Kay did it, and she looks beautiful. Y'all know, I believe she has an album coming out, dropping an album. She got some other things going on, but she recently had a sit down with Tank, and I believe his name is Jay Valentine or something like that. So they have this podcast together. I believe it's called R&B Money. I was listening to it last night, but I fell asleep on it, and I wonder how far along in it I was. But it was pretty good. It was pretty good so far from what all I have heard. I think I may be halfway through it. I think it's like 2 hours long. So I am going to finish it up today. But in that interview, she talked, so far from what all I've heard, they wanted to know more about her past and, like, you know, how she got started into music and everything. And she pretty much told her story leading all the way up to Memphis. That's how far that I got. her leading all the way up to, Memphis, who was a boyfriend of hers at one point. I believe she was either signed to him, or he was managing her or producing her or something of the sort. Y'all know Memphis went on to date and marry Toya Johnson, okay, the ex-wife of Lil Wayne. And girl, I'll never forget when K Michelle brought this story, the abusive story up about her in Memphis on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And it seems like Rashida was starting to believe what she was saying. And then all of a sudden, because she's really cool with Toya, and Toya was dating Memphis at that time, she just started to like not believe her, disagree with her, tell everybody this lady was lying, only for her in Memphis to go to court years later and for K Michelle to win in court. And the details that came out in court confirmed that he did exactly what it is that she said that he did to her. And she has yet to receive an apology from all of the people that have said that it never happened, right? Which is not an uncommon thing. I think people do that often, when it comes to that. And I'm glad that she's not sitting around waiting on apologies that she'll never get from said people. But just knowing that the general public knows the truth, I feel like that might be enough for her, and it hasn't stopped her or her money or how far she going or anything. You feel what I'm saying? But this is what she had to say, because I did not know that he was dating her and then kind of messing around with Toya, according to what K Michelle had to say.
He was still holding me and then hitting me, and then he was cheating on me with Toya. I remember he made me watch Toya and Tiny's show. And I sat there and watched that show, knowing that she was fucking her. And she knew about me and everything.
And this is the man holding your career.
Holding my career.
In his hands.
Yeah. Holding my career, be my air, keep my music. So I went over there to pull all the things out the flower bed, because I...
All right. So y'all just heard what she said, and I was surprised to hear that. Now, okay, let me finish up what she was saying, then I'll go back to some of the comments. So K Michelle was pretty much saying Dondria. I don't know if y'all remember Dondria at one point. I believe she was singing on YouTube, ended up getting signed by Jermaine Dupri or something like that. She and Dondria ended up going over to Memphis' house, and they started pulling up his flower bed, all the flowers out his flower bed or whatever, because she was really upset. She wanted to be released from him, and she wanted to go work with R. Kelly. That's what it really was. She wanted to go work with who she calls Rob. And that's just what it was. She felt like a lot of people gave her slack about working with Rob, but at the same time, she just felt like he may have been an abuser, but he was pulling me from another abuser, and I don't know if Rob has ever made any passes at her. She hasn't said that that's what he's done. She just said she learned a lot from him musically, and she witnessed a lot being around him. But when it came down to Memphis, he was like literally beating her, physically. So I think she was seeking to be saved by anybody, that would be willing to come and save her. And when you have somebody at that time that's an R. Kelly, that's, known to be, despite the allegations about him in the past, people still saw him as an icon or whatever, and he's trying to work with you, you're going to want to go over there and work, because you know that you're likely going to be more successful, in your opinion, than being over here with a person that's physically, assaulting you and all this other stuff. So that's where I kind of ended at, but I am going to continue to listen to it more. But what I was seeing in a lot of the comments when K Michelle started, when they played this one snippet, when she started to talk about the Toya situation, people were sitting up there like, why is she still talking about this thing? I don't like BITs like this. Like, why is she talking about this? Like, why are you bringing that lady up and da-da-da? Well, I understand why you responded the way that you did, because you only saw a clip. You only saw a snippet of what she said. But if you watch the actual interview, she's going through like her whole story. Like, K Michelle's story make you want to see this shit on Lifetime. K Michelle, while you over there producing reality TV shows and shit, can you get your biopic together? Can you get your biopic together? Because I want to see what that dynamic was like. She talks about having her son in college and stuff like that, always wanting to be a singer, leaving college and going back home, having to work for FedEx or whatever. And because her mama worked for FedEx, and when she wanted to leave and go to some state, or she wanted to go somewhere, I forgot what she said she wanted to go, her mama was like, well, if you go, you cut off. Like, you ain't taking this car with you. You're going to have to foot the bill yourself. You're going to have to figure out how to get it. So basically her parents were against her singing, it seems like they wanted them. It was giving Sister Act 2. You know, you can't be out here singing your shoulda, coulda, wouldas. You know what I'm saying? You need to be out here getting you a real job or whatever like that. Go get you a real opportunity. So that's kind of what it seemed like her parents were on, even though the interesting part was the entire time they invested in her musically by allowing her to learn different, different singing techniques and stuff like that, giving her the instruments and stuff. So they were investing in her, but I feel like they invested in her for their benefit and her benefit in a sense, because the goal I felt and my as watching it was for her to go off and get into college and possibly get a scholarship for that, which she did, because she ended up getting a full scholarship to FAMU for yodeling, which is dope. You should know you're gonna get that scholarship. First of all, I K Michelle does not have to yodel for me to know she knows how to yodel, even though she said we will be hearing it on the upcoming album. But for you to be a black girl doing that, yeah, bitch, that's a certified scholarship. Come on in here, we can use that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why her parents invested in her the way they did, because they knew she was likely, it was going to benefit her when it comes to educational purposes, right? But not for an actual career. It didn't seem like they really supported her in that. But I do wonder, what do they see of her now, as she's been so successful and she's been able to just do this on her own? Like, she was really a rebel. Like, I think she had an album called Rebel or Rebellious Soul or something like that. She really was like rebellious as hell. Like, she grew up with two parents, both of her parents in the household. It definitely was giving goody two shoes, but she didn't really like that. She wanted to be one of them hood girls. So she would be over there like hanging with her hood cousins, being caught up and so that's the lifestyle she kind of wanted. She didn't want that little goody two shoe type lifestyle. But anywho, I'm gonna listen to the rest of the interview on today, but I just thought that was interesting that and the audacity of Memphis to be dating this woman and then messing around with Toya and then turning around, and when you and K Michelle are no longer together, you decide to go and marry Toya. And I believe Toya was pregnant by him at one point, because I remember this photo where she was laying in this chair and she had her hand like a heart over her stomach. So it was kind of like a soft pregnancy announcement. And I think she may have miscarried that child, which is why her daughter now is called Rain and her middle name is Bo. So yeah, and what's still messed up is the fact that y'all sat up there and called that lady a liar. But then we see Toya and Memphis get on marriage boot camp and he damn near hit her in her face. And I feel like the only reason why he was restrained from physically putting his hands on her was because he knew the cameras was there. And she was trying to tell him to calm down. He was like, "What you telling me what? You can't tell me to do nothing." He's standing up over her. And I was like, yeah, K Michelle told y'all. Now y'all can call K Michelle a lot of names. Y'all can say she's a face shifter. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. But what you cannot say is that lady is a liar. I have yet to find her in a lie yet. And she tried to tell y'all. And then shortly after that marriage boot camp episode, I feel like the relationship between Toya and him started to go very down. And she ended up getting that divorce. And I feel like Toya had suffered a lot in that marriage. And the only reason why she stayed in that marriage was to save face and to not give K Michelle and others what they always knew, was that this mother is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's sad because, so I hate it for a lot of people to have to stay in relationships and situations in general to save face for things. I hate it. These people don't pay your bills and stuff. So if that ain't what you're trying to do and that ain't where it at, girl, you can dip out. But all in all, I'm so glad that Toya is not with him anymore. She's with a really good guy, in my opinion, Red, who's the father of her daughter, Rain. But did y'all see the latest episode of Toya and Reginae? And he did not have his ring on. And he was trying to distract the conversation as to why he didn't have the ring on. But come to find out, he ain't been wearing the ring for 3 months. So I'm like, Toya, why you just not bringing this up on camera now? When you see he ain't had a ring on for about 3 months. But then he says that he lost his ring. Girl, I don't know. I feel like he was giving a piece of excuse. And because the first excuse he said was like he be at the studio. And when he say the studio, I don't believe he means like a music studio. They have like a fitness studio. So I think that's where what he's talking about. But I'm like, baby, you could get the rubber ones. Put the rubber one. A lot of people be in the gym and with not this on, but they'll put the rubber one on and work out. A lot of men that I've seen prefer like the rubber one, the rubber wedding band. So why not just go and get the little silicone one? Like, I'm confused. Just giving out excuses, child. Just foolish. But in that moment, but then I ain't like this. His response was like, the whole world know I love you. The whole world know I, which I don't give a fuck what the whole world know. Whole world ain't standing here asking your ass why you ain't got your ring on. I am. So before you give a fuck about what they know and how they feel, you need to respect how it is that I feel. And if I say put them on, that's what the fuck I mean. Because as soon as I slide this bitch off, you really gonna have some problems. So which one would you like? Let's get it together. So what are we doing? Hello? Okay. So girl, yeah, I was like, girl, don't let this man play in your face, Toya. You don't come too far with two foolish NIGGAs, because y'all ain't gonna tell me Wayne wasn't no fool, and I know they got married too young. But at the same time, girl, you done came too far to sit up here and let red ass play in your face. And he gonna sit up there and ask this girl for another child. Don't ask me for nothing. And when she said, I don't think now is the right time, I said, baby, that means y'all ain't having no more kids. Toya's done. That's what it means. Toya's done, okay? Because there's never a right time to say goodbye, but I gotta make the first move. Come on, Chris Brown. But anywho, because if I don't, you're gonna start hating me because I really don't feel the way I once felt about you. Well, it's not anyway. So yes, that's what's going on, Toya. Get that together, girl. And Red, you need to have that ring on next time that people see you in public. Okay? But anywho, child, let me tell y'all who did have that ring on, bitch. Good. This is some messy shit. This here is a whole lot of, let me tell y'all, Jeezy has been wearing this fucking ring, okay? Jeezy has been, so first of all, y'all know that Jeezy filed for a divorce from Jeannie Mai like a week or so ago. Maybe like 2 weeks ago. So here's the gag. He submitted paperwork in June, girl. So this means this man had about 2 months or so, 3, knowing what his plan was moving forward, which was to get a divorce from this lady. All right. Finally put it out in September. The same day he went and filed was the same day the news broke to everybody. So it also was given a scheme that Jeezy set up to embarrass Jeannie Mai. That's just what I think. A lot of people was on Twitter, going in on Jeannie Mai and saying, yeah, Jeezy, you should have been left her because, this dark meat comment and this, that, and then y'all was just finding reasons to not like this lady and to validate him and his decision, especially when y'all say it must be something serious when a man files for a divorce. I get what y'all saying, but then not at the same sense. And I feel like, yeah, it could be something serious with a manipulation tactic. You know what I'm saying? Like him, that's one of the ways he probably tried to get her ass to fall in line type thing. So I don't know. Based on the history of Jeezy, I don't trust it. So for a lot of people, y'all immediately made him the saint in the situation by saying that and feeling like because he filed for the divorce first, he must be the saint. Like that's the vibe that I was getting. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't believe that at all. But anywho, so y'all had a lot of stories and things out about that. Then Funky Dineva came out and he was saying that from his sources and what he knew, he said that it was just a lot of differences. Like she had her mom and her brother living in the house. And when he would want, I guess, to have like a little small gathering, Jeannie Mai would make it bigger than what it is and all of that. And I don't doubt those things. I just feel like those are not, in my opinion, everybody's different. On the outside looking in for me, those are not things that would make one just get a divorce. I feel like those were things that y'all could have had conversations about and worked on. So then it made me think, like, could it have been a situation where they have been talking about it, weren't working on it, and he filed this divorce to trigger her and get her to move how he may have wanted her to move? You know what I'm saying? So something about that was just like, I don't know, Jeezy. This ain't, I don't know. It ain't right. Then y'all came up with allegations that this lady was messing around with Mario Lopez, and her team had to come out and say, girl, if that ain't further from the truth, like whatever they had going on ain't got nothing, like, girl, that's not happening. Okay. They said sources say Jeannie Mai had no hookups with Mario Lopez amid cheating rumors. Okay. They said chemistry between them was very professional. All right. It seems the false buzz stems from the fact that Jeannie was a guest co-host with Mario last month on his show, but we're told any perceived chemistry between them is simply professional. And that's what bothers me. Y'all dug into the archives so much to find dirt on this woman that y'all didn't dig into the archives to find dirt on this mother to see what Jeezy has got going on. You see what I'm like? Y'all ain't gonna, just because he was the one that filed first, y'all ain't gonna see what he been over there doing. The girl say what? So I didn't believe that Jeannie Mai was doing anything with Mario. But what I will say, for me, everybody's different. I don't play that shit about you kissing my child. This just something I don't. If you're not family like that, even if you are family, depending on the type of family you are to me, I don't play that shit. So the fact that he was able to even grab the little girl and kiss her on the cheek, absolutely not. Like I couldn't dare see myself with my friends' kids and I just haul off and I just kiss them on the cheek. Like, what the fuck? Girl, what? Like, I didn't like that, you know. So I'm like, I mean, the daddy could have felt the way about that, but that ain't enough for him to be over there talking about some damn divorce because another man kissed your child. But y'all was digging deep. You know, the people on Twitter digging deep trying to find some stuff. Right. Then there was another post. So let me see if I see that one where they were saying that Jeannie Mai now wants to like work on her marriage. They said that she was fighting to win Jeezy back. That's what the sources were claiming because she was devastated over him filing for a divorce, which makes sense because when he filed for that divorce, Jeannie Mai by that next Monday, because I think it happened on a Thursday. I think it was either Thursday or Friday. It happened. By that Monday, Jeannie came back and she was just like, I'm contesting this. So basically, when you contest it, it means that we don't agree on something. Either she didn't agree on the terms of like joint custody, or she didn't agree on the terms of the divorce as a whole. And I think it was the divorce as a whole. So when they came back and said that she was over here trying to like, you know, win her husband back, I said, girl, I'm not surprised. They said the truth is Jenny wants her marriage to work and wants her family to be one solid unit. She is devastated that Jeezy filed for a divorce. Okay. They said, if you can recall, a source told Entertainment Tonight that Jeezy was parting ways with Jeannie due to difference of opinions when it came to certain family values and expectations. But here's the other gag for me. Y'all didn't have this conversation. Y'all said y'all went to therapy according to Jeannie Mai. Y'all did a lot of talking, this, that. Y'all was around each other all in 2020 and shit like that. It's not making sense. Y'all didn't have these type of conversations. And then my other question is, did you agree to allow her family to move into the household, or did she just do that on her own? Because I feel like when it came down to the mom and this being Jeannie's first child, I feel like Jeezy probably was like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, she can move in. But when it came to the brother could have been something that was unexpected. But I feel like that's just a conversation. Like, your brother can't stay here. He got until X, Y, and Z. He can only be here for a limited time. So some stuff just wasn't adding up to me. Jenny, they're saying, she deeply loves Jeezy and wants to work things out. She did not get married to get divorced. This was not a part of the plan. This is not how she ever imagined things going down. Of course not. This lady didn't even want children. And she felt that Jeezy was her safe space enough for her to have a child with this man. And then now all of a sudden you don't want to be with her no more. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't blame her for wanting to fight for her love, girl. Every night I gotta fight to prove my love. Well, girl, get to fighting and proving if that's what you want. But don't sit up there and let a mother play you. Ain't that's what that lady told Tina Turner? Don't never let a mother sit up here and play you. Was that before or after he tried to force the cake in her face? I can't remember. I gotta go back and watch what's love got to do with it. But it seems like it got a lot to do with it right now because Jeannie is not willing to let this man go because she's all in, and clearly he's not ready to let her go either because he's all in as well, in my opinion, because he was spotted out at a party with T.I. with his ring on. He did a conference not too long ago and had that ring on. Now, granted, here's the thing. Yes, he is still married. A lot of y'all saw how long Kenya Moore ass wore that ring. Hello, she probably still put it on from time to time because it ain't like she divorced anyway. But being that you filed for the divorce, some people go ahead and take it off. They just go ahead and slip it off their damn finger like, girl, it is what it is. Like, I'm done. But the fact that he still has the ring on does give a piece of hope, I feel, to Jeannie that they may be able to work this thing out. So when I see it, it just makes me question, like, was this a manipulation tactic of some sort? I wouldn't be surprised if it's like an Anthony Anderson situation where the wife filed for a divorce and then she took it off the table. I think that happens often. So yeah, I don't know. By the end of the year, I wouldn't be surprised if Jeannie Mai up here posting pictures of her happy family for Christmas, bitch. You know. So and I don't know, Jeannie just gives me the woman that a lot of these men say they want, like a real submissive lady, and an extremely loyal woman. Because let her tell it, Jeezy he was just like a whole different person than what she's dated in the past. So I feel like that lady about was willing to get that man any damn thing that he wanted. She must have finally pushed back on his ass. He said, oh, that's what we doing? Okay. Let me go down here and do what I need to do. But girl, that's just speculation. I don't know what's going on with them folks for real. That's just what I'm over there thinking about. Okay, because it's just not making sense. My biggest thing was stop trying to make this lady seem like she the problem, as though this man was a saint. And he's not. He's not a saint, okay? But what else is going on? Did I have anything else on them? Let me see. Okay, no. Now this next portion we finna get into. This is the last week tea that I ain't really get a chance to like dive deep in. It kind of spilled over to this week, okay? And it's the Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty, Cardi B, Offset situation, okay? Y'all know VMAs took place last week, I believe it was. It seemed like it was so far away. Maybe it was. Nicki Minaj hosted the VMAs, right? At the VMAs was her man, Kenneth Petty. Kenneth Petty had a friend named Sturdy. They were all on social media showing themselves. Kenneth said, yeah, we in the building in case NIGGAs want to get crazy. Someone affiliated to Sturdy reposted Sturdy's story to their story, or his reel to their story, and started to act Cardi B and just make all this noise, right? So then I guess Offset, like a lot of other people, assumed that it was Sturdy that said it, even though I feel like he still had ill intent behind it. So he decided he was going to hop into the DMs of Sturdy and was like, what's your location? And it's like, that's the Offset, as we go into 2024, baby, I want you to delete that from your vocabulary, because you stay asking people where they located and knowing that you ain't never finna pull up. Period. Just stop that. Stop it. Stop that. So anywho, asked the dude where they was at, but definitely told the man that they was broke as hell and they need to get some money, y'all, out here in female business, okay? He ain't never lied, okay? In that moment, he was telling the truth. That's what it was giving, girl, okay? Next thing you know, that would happen on like a Thursday or something. By that Saturday morning, 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, at a time when Kenneth Petty could have been spending time with his other children, because people swear he only got one kid with Nicki Minaj and that man got other kids, no matter how much they try to parade around like it's a family of 3. So he on the corner with his homeboy Sturdy and some other nigglets or whatever y'all want to refer to them as, okay? They all in the camera talking big talk. Yeah, what up though? What up, money good? What's up? What's good? Offset, what's good? We out here. Yeah, Offset DM me. Yeah. All that big talk. Stop believing in these niggas. Baby, I don't believe in none of y'all. I don't even know why Nicki believes in you. Okay? Stop believing in these. You know what I'm saying? You out there planning a vacation. You're going to be planning your funeral. You feel me? Just all this big talk. Just talk a walker. So then when Offset got a hold of it, for Offset, he over there getting off his jet laughing, baby, because he's like, again, I told y'all were poor. Okay? I told y'all were poor. I'm getting off a private jet. What is it really giving? Okay. All right. So then that's where some back and forth and things started to happen. When Offset, that's when I believe the DMs and things were leaked or whatever the case was, right? Sturdy was out here seeking some kind of clout, and people tried to flip it on Offset like Offset is seeking clout because he got an album coming out. If he was seeking clout, he would have added them on his page versus DMing somebody, and then he told them not to share the DM. Then also told the man to get out his DM. And I said, Offset, now baby, wait, you can't be telling this man to get the hell out your DM when you done sat the hell up here and then hopped in his DM. You can't say that. Like, what's going on? So, anywho, what else happened? So that was a lot of back and forth. Okay. A lot of the Barbs decided to make these other allegations to deflect and say, oh, Offset's cheating on Cardi because he was over there doing a live with Kai Cenat. Come to find out, that was his cousin. That was the female voice in the background, his creative director that he was working on something else with. So none of that was happening. Okay. Shortly after all of that happened, the people going back and forth, people saying whatever. Nicki Minaj hopped her ass on damn Queen Radio, which she typically does, especially when it's controversy, and gives dust. That's why I don't even listen to it for real. I listened to it the last time because y'all was like Nicki and Ross, so I went to it. But typically, girl, I'm not even gonna go over there because I know Nicki not gonna give us nothing but antics, okay, different voices like I be giving. And not addressing situations and just playing music. Like, I knew she wasn't gonna get into no things, but one thing she does is she posts to distract, just like she posted the picture of her and Kenneth and the baby walking in the back of a building that a lot of people thought was a damn school, and they up there like, oh my god, like Nicki, y'all said that he can't even be in the school and he in the school. I'm like, baby, that's not no school. That's not no school, girl. It looked like the back of a restaurant or something. It looked like they came through the back or something because they ain't want to be seen. Wherever they went, it looked like they went through the back because they ain't want to be identified or something like that. But y'all, are y'all okay? What other they brought up the allegations about Cardi's dad and tried to say that this man was out here, he R'd women, but the timing just was not lining up. So because Kenneth is a R and y'all don't want to accept and acknowledge that that's who and what he is, y'all try to put her dad in the same situation. Y'all tried this years ago and it didn't work. and it didn't work. It didn't fit the bill. So try something else. Like, it's just giving real weird. Like everybody's just crazy. Okay. Well, it's the funny thing is this. After all of that talk and trying to come up with different scenarios, excusing people's behavior, saying that this has nothing to do with Nicki Minaj, but everything to do with her husband. Her husband is a representation of her. You can't say that Offset make Cardi look bad and then think that Kenneth doesn't make Nicki look bad, girl. It's giving the same thing. Okay. You just don't want to see it because she's a favorite of yours. It is what it is. But the gag for real was the fact that all this big boy talk that he was doing, he ended up getting home confinement, girl. What's really going on with that? You did all of this big talk on social media only for you to end up getting flagged, and they like, girl, you got to sit your ass at the house. They say Kenneth Petty is back on house arrest after violating the terms of his 3-year probation. Petty was recorded making threatening remarks towards a specific individual while in the company of someone with a criminal record, according to his parole violation paperwork. Now, legal affairs reporter Megan Cuniff posted the paperwork on Twitter explaining that a judge has ordered Petty to serve up to 120 days of house arrest. Petty was captured on IG Live by his own accord, all right, waiting on a New York street and making threatening remarks towards Offset. Offset was not bothered, okay? He was busy flying in a PJ rather than fighting in New York. Girl, y'all so messy for this article. And then it was more that the woman said, because a lot of people felt like Cardi and Offset called and snitched and did all of this and that, but that wasn't necessarily the case. So it's being reported that probation officer and judge did not need an outside report or complaint to act on this. Cardi nor Offset didn't even seem to care. Offset LOL'd about it in a video as he walked off a jet, I think while going to say hey to Deion Sanders at the Colorado game that Lil Wayne also happened to be at. The Colorado game. Okay. So a lot of people were upset and felt like Cardi people were snitches and all this and that or whatever. But at the end of the day, y'all coming up with all these excuses. And I have to just be honest. Okay. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and it was Offset, I would have to call him out accordingly. But y'all coming up with all these excuses to excuse this man's behavior on behalf of your fave, but then turn around and say that it has nothing to do with your fave. Well, the way that you're defending and deflecting shows that it has everything to do with your fave. So call a thing a fucking thing. In all honesty, the man made himself look a fool. These probation officers are humans just like us. So they have social media. They see everything that's going on. So he did that to himself. There is nobody else to blame at all. Nobody else to blame. And here's the gag. If he was not in violation of anything, it wouldn't matter who called. So if anybody did call, if he wasn't in violation, then it would have been like, oh, okay, well, thanks for letting us know, but it doesn't violate his parole because that's not what's on here. Let's move on, or his probation or whatever, right? But obviously it did. But they didn't need nobody to call because they see that shit themselves. Like, girl, this on the worldwide web. Girl, he got himself in trouble. So hold that man accountable for his bullshit. In my personal opinion. Now, this is what DJ Vlad had to say, girl, because this right here was amazing. DJ Vlad says Nicki Minaj's husband is on house arrest for threatening Offset. Right after that, she previews a song on IG saying that she got killers who will pull up and do what she say. This was the same Nicki who threatened to send her husband to Academic's house for his comments about her. This is the same Nicki who told Meek Mill to have his crew beat up Quentin Miller, which then happened. Have you ever heard a woman scream, "My man will F you up," over something she started herself? That's Nicki, he says. If you want to see how these stories end, check out my interview with Travis Rudolph. After an argument with his girlfriend, she sent her brother and 3 other guys to shoot up his house. One of them ended up dead. Another one got shot. Travis was charged with murder, which he luckily beat in trial due to self-defense. To all the men out there, I don't care how fat her ass is or how good the sex is. Avoid women like Nicki who use men as crash dummies like the plague. I said what I said. Now that was rough. I was like, I didn't even know he had an issue with her for him to be coming at her as hard as he did. Like damn, like girl, I ain't got no comment for that. That's what Vlad said. Like that was like, you know what I'm saying? And then I kind of feel away when y'all white folks, really be wanting to be into our culture so bad. But then when it's time for y'all to be in our culture and really speak up about certain things that's really happening, y'all be on mute. But when it comes to music and hip hop, y'all want to be so fucking involved in all of that. And that's what be killing me. Especially when y'all be trying to tell black folks that created hip hop how hip hop was created. Are you okay? But so I just kind of feel a little way, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You definitely kind of called out some things, but at the same time, I don't have too much of an opinion on that. Because I'm not agreeing with you in any fashion. But anyway, Miss C, thank you so much for the super chat. Nicki on somebody's drugs. I don't give a fuck what folks say. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. What else happened? So another thing that Nicki did, once this story came out about her husband being confined to the house, only child. Girl, I told y'all. Then I said 30 was a liability. That's a fucking liability, honey. Okay. I mean, Kenneth is one in his own, but for the most part, he's been low key. I feel like that's the most I've ever heard from Kenneth ass. And that was him being his 40-plus-year-old self trying to show the hell out on a block like he's still young with a fool that's putting everybody's photos in the frame, putting everybody's face in the frame to incriminate everybody. And I'll be mad as hell if I done got put on home confinement, but 30 then. Absolutely not. But anywho, girl. That's just what I'm saying. But this is what Nicki decided to do to deflect. And I thought it was hilarious because I said, girl, you were supposed to put this shit out months ago. So remember when Nicki Minaj's home was like swatted or something like that, or somebody called the cops and said this and that happened, or she was neglecting her kid or whatever it was. I remember this was like during the summertime, and she was supposed to drop this, and she didn't drop it at all because she said she found out who the person was and everything, but she didn't drop it. But you wait until your husband get on home confinement and then you decide to drop this. So she puts this photo of this woman along with the audio and says, 2 times my home was surrounded by large guns. This person wanted a family with a 2-year-old to be shot at, yet nothing on any blog. This same person made a false claim to CPS. When you have snitches in high places of the music industry who don't want you to win, but realize they can't stop you because God's anointing in my life is very real. Funny how this person hasn't been found, mentioned, arrested, nada. Queen Radio live from New York tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, which she didn't give nothing. It still protect black women or nah? No sympathy needed. Big Difference snippet alone doing numbers on TikTok. Bodied the VMAs. Pink Friday 2, so good. OMG, can't wait for you guys to hear it. Make a video using Big Difference and all of that. But anywho, girl, it's giving deflection like a hoe. It's giving heavy fucking deflection, girl. If you wanted this lady to be, what was it you said? Arrested, mentioned, found, or whatever the case was, then you should have posted her a long time ago. But it was the people on Twitter that was clocking all the different articles they actually did post about the story for me. And then it was the people in the comments that was dragging her saying, you want to talk about protect black women, but you was over here taking shots at Megan after she already took shots from Tory. Hello? But you wanted to sit up here and say this. And now I said, oh, girl, they is clocking. Because let me say one thing the girls going to do. They're going to pick and choose when to pick up that black woman card. And that's why for me, I don't be going up for all this. I'm not going to. I don't care how nobody feels about it. Feel away. Yeah, I'm one. But I'm not going to always go up for it. I just can't. If you sound stupid, I'm going to judge you just on that. Not because you're a black woman. And because you a black woman, I got to side with you. I got to agree with you. I got to go along with your bullshit. I'm not going to do that. Okay, not finna do it at all. Period. So I hate when people do this. That shit gets on my nerves. Like, as a black woman, black women, da 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 da. And sometimes the conversation that is necessary. That is necessary because that is the situation. But all the time, it's not. Like, girl, what? But let's keep going because more people had things to say. Actually, before we get in some of the things, more people had things to say, like Nick Cannon.
I believe what Courtney is saying is that he is tarnishing the brand.
Yeah. This is foolishness.
And you're standing on the corner on the block outside of the VMAs.
I like the one he didn't talk.
If you a street dude,
hello,
be a street dude.
Talk about it, Nick.
Don't be on the internet.
Thank you.
Street dudes didn't even get on the phone. Like real gangsters moving silent.
Hello.
He got a bunch of other cats around him. Like, yeah, we outside. We know, nigga.
We see the street light.
I'm all for keeping it street, but keep it street smart.
If I marry a hood nigga, I gotta babysit your ass for 120 days. Oh, nigga, you doing chores.
Right.
You a housewife. Go ahead and wash them dishes.
You on punishment. No TV for you for 120 days.
Barefoot and pregnant. Shit. Let's go.
I know that's right, but girl, you got to understand he was already a housewife, house husband. He was already that. So, okay, it ain't that new. It's just said that he gonna be stuck in the house. And I say that because, like, I don't know if he's like Nicki's security or anything, but her album is about to drop. Her album is about to drop, I believe, November. I'm not sure the exact date, but I do know it's supposed to be in November. So if the album is supposed to be dropping and she's doing all this promo, she might want him by her side, but now he got to be confined to the house. I don't even know if he gonna get special privileges or not. Now, we don't know how many days he's going to get in the home. They said up to 120 days. I don't know if the true days have been decided or if they're going to, put him on it and just see how it goes and make a determination as to when they'll take him off. But the max that they probably won't go over is 120 days. So that's what we're not sure. He might just get 30 days. I don't know, but they say up to 120. So we shall see. I feel like he's still going to be on it by the time her album drops. And of course, she's going to be out here doing all kind of promo and stuff, getting ready for that album. And she's probably currently doing it now. So I don't know, girl. We going to see. She be trying to make him dress him up and make him look like a family man so bad when she be taking these family photos. And I'm like, Nicki, girl, it's not giving whatever you think that is giving. It's not. Girl, we like you. We don't care for him. Okay. But you being with him, making a side eye you and some of the antics of what the people have said about you. And some of the own antics that you've given has made some people not like you as much either, girl. So, I mean, good luck, but there's more, okay? Because Charlamagne decided to go ahead and give him Donkey of the Day, and I wasn't mad at that either.
Corny, lame, like there's nothing fly about that type of behavior. The reality is he earned every bit of this because you had the audacity to be acting like that on the FBI's internet. You 45 years old. You already on probation. You have a crazy criminal record already, and you telling somebody to plan their funeral online, like you begging to go to prison. And it's incredible to me that all these street dudes have let the internet make them forget street rules. Number one, you should have been let go of all the childish ways of the street, first and foremost. That's number one. But number two, I remember a time when folks wouldn't talk about any dirt over the phone. Now y'all recording yourselves in 4K and posting it online. I know law enforcement be having a ball looking at these niggas.
I know law enforcement do too. Like, you are so stupid. Like, this is going to be so easy for me. Roll the beautiful bean footage and lock this dummy up. Okay. That's what it be giving. Child, a mess. Now listen, after all of that happened, girl, y'all know Jason Lee can't stand Nicki Minaj, honey. He say he kind of like her, sometimes he be like, he like her music, whatever, but high key, he can't stand Nicki. Okay. Damn sure don't like the husband. He said that Nicki and Kenneth tried to threaten him. They wanted to get him assaulted. I think he talked about Raw Ali running down on him at that restaurant and how he wasn't going to put his hands on a woman or anything like that. Like it's been a whole mess. So he decided he was going to go live, child, and he was going to drag Miss Nicki. And this is what he said.
Nicki Minaj and her husband should be in prison. They are terrorizing people in the streets. You can't menace people in the streets and participate in RICO activity and think that a nigga not going to call your car. You try to have DJ Academics beat up, allegedly. You've pressed other people about it, and there's a whole interview that somebody did with DJ Vlad where he outlined it. We posted that yesterday, so the receipts are all out there that you have a behavior of doing this. So why aren't you in prison? Why? Because people are afraid to tell on you? I'm not. So the fact that y'all got the mayor of New York looking like a pussy, because you got this whole black man up there trying to make New York better, and y'all are basically running around like little kids at 5 o'clock in the morning trying to kill somebody. You went on the internet and said you were planning Offset's funeral, and then people are mad because I'm taking my safety serious? So what? I could criticize you. I could say Nicki Minaj was fat and then she lost weight and got Ozempic. I could say her man is a rapist and a murderer. He's been locked up for that. He's on the registry list. You can Google her address. It's online. They live in Calabasas. I got the address. How do I know? Because he's fucking on the registry list. So now you're claiming that Cardi B and other people called the SWAT team. Who got to SWAT you? Anybody could SWAT you. You're on the fucking registry list. And y'all keep trying to say that I got a problem with Nicki Minaj and her husband because of Cardi. Cardi B don't run no fucking thing over here. Cardi B is my friend. I have lots of friends. But that doesn't mean that none of them control me. Nobody fucking controls me. This mouth is not paid for. You cannot pay for my opinion. You cannot pay for my mind. I'm a fucking grown ass nigga from Stockton, bro. So the fact that y'all fans keep saying that I'm paid by Atlantic Records and all this other, you guys are all fucking delusional, like Nicki, like her husband. Her husband for weeks. I've been sitting on that receipt for a minute. Go look at the date. I had it for a while because I knew that this was happening. I knew it was coming. They've been talking shit about killing Cardi, hurting Cardi for months. Did I say anything? No. Did I post anything about the VMAs at first when they were talking about pop, pop, pop and tagging Cardi? No. Why? I even went on my Twitter and said, what Cardi said don't got nothing to do with Nicki. Why? Because I was trying to keep peace in the streets. I want everybody to get along. I want Cardi to be able to celebrate her successes and stop dealing with. I want Offset to stay on a good, positive track and focus on his kids and his new album. I want Nicki to be able to drop Pink Friday and drop more great music. I want Kenneth Petty to be able to live his life and not worry about being on house arrest for trying to kill people on the internet. But what I learned for sure is no matter how bad I want everybody to get along, no matter how bad I want people to piece it up, no matter how much I try to get everybody cool, I'm always the fucking bad guy. So you know what? Fuck you now. Now fuck all of you.
Oh, wow. Not F everybody, honey. Not F everybody. Well, that's what Jason Lee had to say, okay? Pretty much going off on Miss Nicki Minaj and that husband of hers. Ooh, child, Mr. Kenneth Petty. All right. That's just where we at. Okay. Nicki's not gonna be leaving that man. She's gonna be riding with that man. That is the father of her child. So I definitely don't see her leaving him or anything anytime soon. I think that she's gonna continue to try to make him the term that's coming to my mind is palatable, for lack of a better word. But you know, presentable to the people. I think she's gonna keep having him around until she can change that image. You know what I'm saying? But child, yeah, girl, that's what's going on, honey. I'm like, Kenny, where you messed up at the end of the day was putting yourself on camera. You might be that thug dude behind the scenes, but when you put yourself on camera like that and you incriminate yourself like that, that's where all this shit went to hell. For real. Because then, you know, the hard, tough guy you was trying to present, you really made yourself look more foolish than anything. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe do it behind the scenes next time. Be a little bit more discreet, like some of these people be out here trying to be. I don't know. Get somebody else to do it, honey. But either way, good luck. Now, I want to switch over real quick and get into this last thing I want to talk about, and that is Miss Tasha K. All right. Now, Tasha K was expected to do an interview with Joe Budden. She actually has been doing a series of different interviews with different people, you know. So I guess, you know, shout out to her. So she's been trying, I guess, elevate her brand to go beyond this whole Cardi B situation, which I don't think is really, I don't know how it's going to work for her, but in this moment, I don't necessarily see it working, but I mean, I guess it is because she's getting on some platforms, right? Well, she was supposed to do the Joe Budden podcast, and she did do the Joe Budden podcast. She sat down, did an interview with Joe Budden. Now, at some point, Cardi did an interview herself with someone else, and she was talking about Joe Budden. Number one, she didn't like the critique of what Joe Budden said about bongos. And I'll be honest, I don't think he lied a whole lot about what he said about bongos. Like, when I first heard bongos at the time, when I heard his comments, I didn't think that bongos was that amazing of a song, in all honesty. But I did not agree with him when he said it sounded like two ladies that don't know how to make a song. I was like, you're completely wrong about that. I listened to bongos in the car with my mom's. Sounded a bit better. When I saw the performance, I said, okay, y'all just got me. Like, bomb. Like, it's cute. It really is cute. You know what I'm saying? And I think it could have been one of those grower type of songs. Like, what I want from Megan and from Cardi, if they do any more collabs, or even if they do anything separately, I want some Bodak Yellow, bitch. Like, when he said Bodak Yellow, I was not lying. Like, I want y'all to talk y'all on a track. You know what I'm saying? Talk y'all SHI on a track. Like, y'all have accomplished a lot in the years that you've been in the game, in a short amount of time that a lot of people have with the amount of time they've been in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk y'all. That's what I want to hear. Talk y'all big girl shit. It's what I want to hear. But anywho, so Cardi B did an interview, said that she felt like Joe had a problem with her or whatever. That wasn't the case. You know, he says he always go up. He's in Barty gang or whatever. He got no issue with her. I don't think Joe got an issue with Nicki nor Cardi, to be honest. You know, I think he did that interview with Nicki. Was that last year, year before last? Like, I don't think he has an issue with neither one of them. I just think that he's a tough critic. That's what it really is. I think Joe is a tough critic. He can be very annoying, very irritating at times, make you want to cuss him out, because I know I have. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he's just a very tough critic. And sometimes people just, you know, they can't necessarily take that. But all in all, sometimes he do be off his rocker. Maybe just a little bit. Sometimes he be like, Joe, chill the fuck out. But anyway, so I believe in that interview, she also called out Joe for doing an interview with a person that has said some very disgusting things about her family, including her children and everything, on a continuous basis. And we continue to see the person, Tasha K. Cardi, even though she came out like a week or so ago and said that, hey, she's not going to be speaking on Cardi or anything like that. And this actually was after Kenneth made himself look a fucking fool. That's when Tasha was like, okay, I'm only going to be talking about Nicki and the music, and that's it. I'm not going to be talking about Cardi B and Offset and this, that. And I feel like the reason she said that was because she knew Kenneth made himself look a dog ass fool. And she probably didn't want to say that. I haven't watched her videos to know, but that's just what I'm assuming, okay? So she did an interview with Joe Budden, but then Joe Budden came back and said he ain't putting that shit out. Came back and said he not putting it out, and people are believing because he's afraid of Cardi. I don't think it's that he's afraid of Cardi, but I think if he leveraged the benefit between Tasha K and Cardi, he probably got more benefit with a Cardi than he do with Tasha. So that's probably why he's like, he's not gonna do it. And then my question is, did he actually get word from Tasha to not do it, or did somebody else tell his? I'm sorry, not Tasha. Did he actually get word from Cardi to not do it or not drop it, or did he get word from somebody else saying don't drop it? But either way it go, this is Tasha's reaction to him not dropping this interview. I think this is the right one.
When Latino women are out here saying that he's breaking ribs and kicking babies out of their fucking stomachs. This is the type of girl that Joe Budden is. And I honestly regret sitting down with him and giving him that one interview that would shake social media so bad that it shook his face in that lace shirt with his belly sitting over his dick. That he did exactly what the BBL told him to do, because just like every other weak black man, they choose over bills. Now I want y'all to clip this. Yes, angry, black, bald head. That's what I want you to clip. And I honestly regret getting him the interview that I should have gave that cracker Adam 22 when he had the intelligence to read my case, instead of me sitting down with a black man that is supposed to have my back when I'm supposed to have his with me. Don't play with me. And you wonder why black people don't get ahead. Because we can't fucking stick together. We want to try to mask it and blame crackers. That's why you chose a black woman. Shout out to Melissa Ford. But let me say something. I said this to her. You chose Melissa Ford for that platform because she would never stand up to your. You are the type that hates women with a fucking voice. So when they cry and say, oh, somebody did this to me, you feel sorry for the pussy until the rabbit got the gun on your calling you a drug addict, calling you a woman beater. But you innocent. But you ain't take the time to read my You ain't never picked up the motherfucking court documents. You just believe that because she got a BBL and a pussy. The bitch that'll turn around and say you kicked the baby out her stomach.
The one word that stood out to me was the word suppose. And that's where y'all fuck up. Because you think somebody's supposed to do something for you. And you think because you black, they supposed to stand beside you. They don't have to do shit but stay black and die, in all honesty. Okay? Now, this is what you said. You upset, right? You mad. I get it. I mean, I probably would feel away if I went down there, flew down there, took my time, sit with you, interview with you, and it ain't even gonna come out. But at the same time, I would respect their platform, considering the fact that I have one myself and know that I could do whatever the fuck it is I want to do with it. I'm sure countless of people have had interviews that have yet to even be released. People have shot scenes in movies that didn't even make the cut. Like, it's a part of the game. It is what it is. I would expect you, being a person in your field, doing what you do, to know that better than anybody else in my personal. You know what I'm saying? So you say that you're not mad, or at least you were really upset then, right? But you just said that you wasn't mad.
I don't give a shit if Joe Budden dropped that interview or not. I don't give two motherfucking shits. Do you know how many interviews I've done that I have not dropped because I don't want to? I don't give a shit who he friends with. I don't give a shit what the fuck he does with his platform, because ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. But what I can say, okay, is that Joe is industry. I'm not. And that's what the debate was between both of us. Like, he has a compassion and a certain empathy based off relationships that he has and that he probably needs in order to keep his platform growing. We did all of this, what we're doing, without being industry. Joe doesn't do what I do. He relies very much on industry relationships to bring y'all premium content. I rely on severing relationships to bring y'all premium content. Two very opposite ends of the spectrum, okay? I told Joe, and let me clear some stuff up. Joe didn't fly me out. I was already in New York doing press. I hit him. I said, yo, I'm in New York. I would love to stop by the podcast, and we would love to have you. There was no issues. We did an interview. He was very compassionate towards his industry colleague, okay? I stood my ground. He stood his. We got into a whole lot of other shit. But at the end of the day, there was a mutual respect. I got a chance to state what really happened. And contrary to what anybody says, I don't lose sleep over that woman at all. I have not missed work. I have not missed a beat with my family. I have not missed a beat with my kids. Nothing stops this train. Everything that I have, I got because of us. And that's on that. So whether he decides to drop it or not, I can care less. It's going to be more interviews that are going to be great. Some things are not meant to be out. You never know why. Maybe there's some underlying power that's just saying, Joe, don't drop it. maybe it looks like it's for this, but it's really for this. Because there was a lot of shit in that interview where he himself was like, oh my God. Because there was a conversation that came up. Because my thing is like, there are men that claim they don't see the things that are being done by certain people on the internet, namely women who use a means of sympathy and they play the victim role a lot. But when the man becomes a victim of that same woman, now it's now that they want us to see that they are a victim of the same person we were a victim of. But that person could do no wrong. Read in between the lines. I don't need to say no names. But all I'm saying is what I told him. I said, do you remember there was a certain person that hit the internet about you and said that you kicked a baby out of her stomach and you broke her ribs? But no, not even you. Nobody saw past the big ass and the titties and the light skin. But the moment that beautiful, voluptuous woman starts to make allegations about you, now you see what we see. Do you see what I see? Because men only truly see pussy. If it ain't got nothing to do with them, and this I'm gonna end this on this. If it ain't got nothing to do with them, it could be female business, it could be, because this is female business between me and his colleague, right? This ain't got nothing to do with no men. But men are always going to so-called protect women. It don't matter what they do. It don't matter how many times they get out here and fight and be aggressive and make all sorts of allegations. If they say they're the victim, that's what it is until the rabbit has the gun on them.
I'm confused. Are they protecting the women or are they not protecting? Which one is it? Because I'm so confused. I'm lost, girl. But you started off saying you wasn't upset, then it sounded like you was getting pissed. I mean, girl, I just feel like pick a side. I ain't saying that you can't be mad about it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't be sitting up here talking about something. I don't care what he do, it don't matter to me. But you really are pressed high key, and if that's how you feel, okay, cool. Because I'm thinking that I'm thinking this shit was scheduled. This was some last minute shit. So I feel like he made a last minute decision to not put it out. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm just, girl, I don't know. I can't go up for you. Like, some stuff I might be like, I see what you're saying, Tasha. But then sometimes I be like, get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Like, some of y'all just, girl, no, ma'am, I can't get with it. Sorry, ma'am. But I wanted to get into this man here, Adam 22, who she ended up interviewing with. And you are one of the people that made me think of DJ Vlad. I don't listen to your shit for real to know. I just watched this piece of a clip that you dropped, and it was giving a bit of trolling. And y'all be killing me how y'all be trying to profit off of the culture. But then when it's time for y'all to speak and shit and do your part, y'all don't be nowhere. That's what I don't be understanding. Like, they be killing me, but we're going to see what he got to say. Because it's giving he's baiting Joe. It's weird.
Joe Budden had Tasha K come all the way out to Jersey and do a multiple-hour interview. She was happy about it when I seen her, and he's not dropping it. He's scared to death of Cardi B. He's scared to death of Offset. He don't want to have another run-in in the mall with the QC goons like he did. Remember, Everyday Struggle was actually really entertaining before QC told him that he wasn't allowed to talk about their artists anymore. And that's when you saw him really simmer down, brought the temperature down a whole lot. But, I mean, if you're Tasha K and you went all the way to Jersey to do an interview that when I talked to her, she was real happy about the interview, and he's not dropping it because he's scared of Cardi B. Like, what kind of shit is that? That's not why I got in the podcast game. I didn't get in the podcast game to be running around acting like a hoe. Hoe Budden, you acting like a hoe, and nobody respects it. Your fans are losing interest because you're not keeping it real. Now, more than ever, it's important. Independent. I got the podcast game on my back right now. Joe Budden Media. Because as you can see, even a podcast like the Joe Budden podcast, which for a time was a symbol of independent hip hop media, it has been co-opted by the deep state, Cardi B and Offset, the deep state. And, there's no coming back from that. For me, It's kind of disappointing, you know. Not only is this guy like setting his hosts up against each other and trying to create all this internal drama, basically copying No Jumper, but now he's scared to drop like real legitimate interviews with powerful Black creators. Man, that's a sad situation. I don't even know what to say about it. The great have fallen and 22 is on the rise. So if you want some real content, you know where to go. YouTube.com/NoJumper. Go.
All right. So y'all just heard whatever this is this week or next week, whoever he is this week or next week. And it's the fact that you also try to throw the, oh, you're ashamed of or afraid to have other Black creators. Like, you trying to use that Black card too. And you ain't even fucking Black. Like, that's what's killing me. And then you trying to say that Joe's taking tactics from you. Now, for me, I don't follow this man. I've always been familiar with Joe Budden. Joe Budden has always had an audience, and he's always done controversial shit, even when it came to arguing with his co-host. You know what I'm saying? So why would you say that he's trying to take a technique from you that's already been around? And people forget that Joe Budden has been doing YouTube and, you know, putting his life on display and shit for years. So what the fuck is this man talking about? Like, it's giving trolling, it's giving baiting, and then it's you thinking that you're really at the top of a game of podcasting of some sort. Like, I don't know. Maybe he is, because like I said, I don't be tuned into his shit like that. You know, I don't really be tuned into Joe like that, honestly, you know, but I know more about a Joe Budden podcast than I know about a damn No Jumper. And it's just giving, like, I can't take the trolling. I can't. And then y'all saying this man is afraid. Like, he ain't got to put that shit out. Hell, he probably saved the interview for Mad Day. So when Cardi pissed his ass off, he might drop it then. Who knows? He could do whatever it is he wants to do on his platform. And that's what I don't understand. Why y'all get to move how y'all want to move on y'all platform. And then when it's his turn, y'all try to bait him into doing what the hell it is. Y'all try to bait this man like Kenneth when was trying to bait Offset. Like, I can't. And then some part of me is like, it's good he ain't put the shit out. Because then when you don't move how people want you to move, then they true colors really come out and they really show you how they feel about you. Okay? Because she definitely drugged the hell out of Joe when she went off. So that shit'll probably be deleted from my fucking archive. Like, I bet. Delete. Bye. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just didn't like that, how he's trying to clown Joe. But she's more upset about the Joe interview than praising the interview her ass did with you. But you didn't, though, right? You're that white one, right? Girl, I can't take it. Y'all are some weirdos. Girl, we want y'all to be just as loud, you know, when it's time for y'all to be just as loud. But yeah, so that's really it. That's all that I got. I just wanted to come to you guys real quick with a little piece of something. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me see something. Oh, okay. I'm trying to see what you guys talking about in the comments. Girl, y'all shady as hell. Well, I just feel like he could do what he want to do with his own shit. If he don't want to put it out, he ain't got to put it out. And then Adam said that Joe flew Tasha out. So I'm like, well, which one is it? Because Tasha said that she just happened to be out there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Whatever it was recorded. And it ain't coming out right now. Maybe he meant it to come out later. Maybe at a later time. But, you know, who knows? Either way, child. Good luck. All right. I just wanted to come to y'all real quick. Gave y'all a cute little 2 hours, a cute little 1, 2. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. All right. That's all that I have. I am Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.